Greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to At the Half. I'm your girl, Jackie Ray. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. If you're listening to me on iTunes, make sure you subscribe there and give us 5 stars as well. So, welcome to the weekend, everybody. If you're in California, we are opening up a little bit. I'm sure you guys are going to get out and enjoy that because the weather's getting nice. So, hope you guys stay safe. Unfortunately for us Black people, I think staying safe means protecting us from more than just the coronavirus, but that is why we are here this morning. I got up at the butt crack of dawn, which is like 5:30 a.m. for me. If butt crack of dawn is earlier for you, I am so sorry. That is brutally early. But I wanted to make sure I got up and watched the press conference regarding Ahmaud Aubrey and them arresting the 2 men responsible for his murder. I know a lot of us have been troubled by this. It's been all over our social media, as it should be. At some point, I would love for this to stop, but I obviously don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime. So I am thankful for the arrest, but I just want to tell you from the press conference that I saw this morning, I definitely do not want any of us to get our hopes up with regards to an actual federal indictment or jail time for these people. They did a lot of time patting each other on the back. Vick Reynolds is the director for the GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. And so I just didn't get the impression that they truly felt or were reacting to the severity of this case as much as I felt like they were just doing to placate us once again, just to get through this time until the courts open in June, and then basically passing the buck so the courts can say, you know, what they feel should be the next steps with regards to this case. So let's just take a listen really quick to something that Tom Druden had to say.
That's about as far as I can go as far as getting into the case. In fact, I told Vic I was going to be brief, and sometimes as we lawyers are, maybe we're not. But I want to thank one other group, and that's the Prosecuting Attorneys Council in Atlanta. They have given me a great deal of help as far as legal advice and so forth in the case, and I just want to recognize that organization also, and thank you for your question.
So like I said, he didn't really say much, and one of the things that I was really disappointed in is he did not address the fact that 2 other prosecutors in his office decided that no charges were warranted in this case. One, in fact, said that since the men were in hot pursuit, that is a quote from his statement, since they were in hot pursuit of someone who fit the description, they were within their legal boundaries to act the way they did. One of the reporters on scene asked if the change of venue would be warranted in this case, which I think is definitely a great question, because both of these men have strong ties with law enforcement and also the lawmakers in that city. So they are obviously going to have favoritism. This happened in February. By his own admission, Tom Druden said that he didn't even get the case until April 23rd or something like that. So, and again, it had passed through 2 prosecutors who did not feel that this man's life was taken unjustly. So I do want to listen to Vick Reynolds for just a second, some of the things that he had to say as well.
I can tell you without any hesitation that regardless of the amount of social media, regardless of the amount of the mainstream media attention, regardless of the emotion, regardless of a supposed timeline, none of that matters to the GBI. It doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter who the victim is. It doesn't matter who potential defendants are. All it matters is what the facts tell us. And so when we get into any case, certainly a case of this nature, our goal, first of all, is to see and find, number one, what are the facts? Then once we find those facts, number 2, we apply the law to those facts. In this case, doing that relatively quick because, again, some of the investigation, a good portion of it was already done. We applied the law to the facts in this case and came up pretty quickly with a solid belief that there's sufficient probable cause to charge the McMichaels with felony murder and aggravated assault.
I appreciate his sentiment that, you know, it doesn't matter. What matters is we looked into a situation that we needed to look into. And I appreciate his sentiment of saying the social media outcry didn't matter to him. The people involved didn't matter to him. And I think that that is his way of saying, hey, we know these people have strong ties with law enforcement. That does not matter. But the fact that they are not addressing the possibility of changing the venue. Definitely, I do not feel like this case should go to any jury, any judge in that city and county, because obviously these men were able to skirt justice for so long because of their ties to law enforcement and lawmakers in that city and that county. I'm just really trying to say to you guys that unfortunately, and I would love to be wrong, but unfortunately, this is not going to result in a conviction, in my opinion. This is not a case of mistaken identity. This is the case of two white men taking a life of a black man because they felt that they can. And that is it, and that is all. And to know that the people in that city and county just were like, it's just, yeah, whatever. That is a very telling situation. And that is why I do not feel, especially if it's tried in this city and county, that we're going to see anything as far as jail time. And if we do see jail time, we're talking about maybe like a year, and then they'll get out in 6 months for good behavior or whatever. So I just don't want us to get to the point where because in my head, we should be thinking about, okay, what are we going to do after they're found not guilty? Because we know, we've seen this time and time again with Eric. It started with Rodney King, you know what I mean? And these not guilty situations have just been rolling downhill from there. So history has told us that this one is going to play out the same way. This is just a song and dance to try to appease us for now. And I get that they're doing their due diligence to try to calm the storm right now. But let's be clear. Nothing historically has proven to us that they are going to act in the interest of justice. So that being said, I would like us as Black people to create a plan. I have a ton of ideas as to what that should be. Some of you guys aren't as Malcolm X-y as I am. So I would love for you guys to comment below, and let's think of next steps. Best case scenario, these two gentlemen go to prison for the rest of their lives in opposite prisons, far away from their family where it's hard for them to go and visit them. And the reason why I say that is because Aubrey's family will never be able to visit him again. He is gone. Inmates cannot communicate between prisons, at least they shouldn't be. Again, these people probably will get leniency, so I don't know if that's going to be an accurate statement. But they need to be in isolation, and they need to feel the full punishment of their actions. That is best case scenario. I pray that that happens. I'm not optimistic that it will. So my thing is, let's think of some next steps that are greater, bigger, and more impactful than marching, crying, and praying. I'm so done with that. We need a clear-cut plan of attack. I'm not going to tell you what my ideas are because, like I said, a lot of you guys aren't as Malcolm X-y as I am. So please, in the comments below, let me know what you think our next step should be if and when these men are found not guilty. If you think they're going to be found guilty, tell me why. Tell me why you have the confidence in this justice system that has failed us time and time again. So let me know those thoughts in the comments below. Once again, I'm Jackie Ray. I will see you next time.